Hey everybody, this is AJ and I'm doing this video just to give you all a brief update of some of the things that I've been doing over the past maybe month and a half, 2 months, and to let you all know some of the changes that have been going on, if any, and what's been going on with me as far as my transition. So the first thing that has happened, and I do believe I mentioned this in a previous video. I started going back to my vocal coach just so that I could start to retrain my voice. As many of you know, or maybe you don't know, I'm an actor, singer, and a playwright. And when I started my transition, I kind of shied away from the acting and singing just because I knew that I would be going through a lot of changes and my appearance and my voice would be different. And I've been acting for well over 3 decades, so everything that I have as far as my acting resume, my acting reel, any accolades or awards, everything was pre-transition. So everything is different now, so I'm going to have to readjust and reassemble some things, and which is what I've been doing. So that's why I kind of shied away from acting and singing, because I knew that I needed to have things change physically and vocally, so that, you know, my vocal coach and my acting coach and everyone else will be able to see what I need to work on, what I need to do, and what needs to be updated before I actually put myself back out there. So I actually started auditioning for different things, not too many things. But the problem with auditioning is, especially now, because a lot of auditions are self-tapes, which I don't mind. And you have to submit things online. So when you submit an audition online, or if you submit for a role to see if you can get an audition, most casting directors want to see your acting reel. Now, I have an acting reel, but it is pre-transition. So if I submit to that and submit my acting reel, then I have to put a note in the comments to let them know, hello, I am a non-binary trans-masculine person, and this was my acting reel pre-transition. I really don't want to do that. I don't like doing that, but you know, if I want that particular part, or if I want to submit for that role for a possible audition, then I'm going to have to do that. Otherwise, I'm not fully representing who I am or who I say I am in my description. So it's been a lot of tweaking going on my part. So I will audition or submit for an audition for things that aren't asking for the acting reel. I've been lucky to get maybe 2 or 3 auditions, which are cool. But for the most part, most people do want the acting reel. So, you know, I don't want to submit for those things because I don't want to have to put the note to explain who I am and what the reel was. I need to start booking roles as me now so that I can begin to put a new acting reel together. So that's what I'm working on now. Like I said, I did go back to my vocal coach. He's been helping me find my vocal range, which we found it. Now it's just getting my brain to like kind of match what's going on in my voice. They're not connecting. I'm not the only one that's happened to. I'm not the only trans person that has happened or is happening to. I went to a trans conference in Philly. It was virtual, and I went to a class that dealt with trans masculine voices, and there were like maybe 200 other trans masc people there who had the exact same issue that I had. You know, they were kind of timid when it came to using their voices, because we know our voices are different. We know our vocal ranges are different, and we know that what we hear in our head is not what's going to come out of our mouth. So it gets kind of you don't want to sing, but you want to sing, and then you're like, I can't sing that high, so let me bring it down an octave. And sometimes songs don't sound the same when you don't sing it in the exact key, or maybe a key or two below it. It is what it is, I guess. But I am retraining my voice with my vocal coach. So I'm having a wonderful time doing that. I only have 2 songs so far right now that I'm working on, but those are enough because I like to make sure that the songs that I sing not only match my voice, but that I'm able to sing it properly, not just sing it to get it over with, which I'm sure every musician and every singer does. So that's what I've been doing. And it's been really strange because I'm so used to being on the stage and I'm so used to being busy in the acting world. And now it's like I'm starting all over again because everything that I've done prior to my transition is like, it doesn't really represent me now, even though it was me. But I'm starting over. So it's a bit exciting, it's a bit frustrating, it's a bit scary, but I am doing it. So I did have an audition and a callback for a particular role. Actually, the role was for a transgender person. So I had an audition callback for that, and hopefully I'll hear back from them either way this week. But it was just good to be able to have that experience and to audition for a role that was actually a transgender person. Now, I did have an audition for a role. They were looking for non-binary and transgender actors. So I submitted and I let them know I am a non-binary transgender actor. And they immediately got back in contact with me via email. And they wanted me to learn these songs and submit through the EcoCast virtually. So when I went and looked at the roles they wanted me to do, these roles were like, I'm like, no. The song they wanted me to sing started at an A1, which is like the lowest part of the piano. And I'm saying to myself, I don't think they fully understand that you just can't ask for a non-binary trans person and then not really ask about that person. So I think because I put that I was non-binary trans, that they just decided to have me audition instead of wondering if I had the talent, which I do. But I didn't feel too good about that audition. So, I mean, I did it, but I really did it just to get it over with. I didn't do it just because I really wanted it, because I was feeling some kind of way about it. It was like, you don't want me because I'm an experienced actor. You want me because I'm non-binary trans, which I get. Everybody wants that trans person, so to speak. But I am not your fad. I'm a person. I am an actor. I'm an experienced actor, and I am an award-winning actor. So book me because of that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm doing the acting again. I am doing the singing again. I've still been writing. I've always been a writer. That is my first love. And I have some things in the works now. And what I'm writing, I'm dedicated to writing things that will give representation to the LGBTQ plus community. So the play that I had on stage last year was actually dedicated to teaching people about intersex people. And the audiences, they were just floored because they never really heard about intersex people. And I had people coming up to me saying, I never knew that the I in LGBTQIA stood for intersex. And I'm like, yeah, because no one really talks about being intersex. So my play dealt with that topic, along with some other topics. So now I am writing an episodic series, hopefully to be on web. And that is geared toward transgender people, non-binary, transmasculine people. The lead, which is non-binary, transmasc, is going to be played by me. And I'm having a lot of fun writing it. It's a little challenging because it's a lot. It's a lot. This is my first time as an actual screenwriter, so to speak. I've written a small film. I've wrote plays, and I've wrote books, but this one is, an episodic series is so much. But I am seriously invested into putting the representation out there for LGBTQ plus people within my writing. I think that I know we should be represented everywhere in media, but we aren't. Or if we are, it's just for a short period of time and then nothing. So I want to keep it going. And I know I'm not the only writer who wants that. And of course, I'm not the first, and I definitely won't be the last. There are so many people who have put that representation for LGBTQ plus out in television and film, and I'm so grateful for that. So I just want to be one of the ones who do that as well. So that's what I'm working on. With other changes that are going on in my life, it's getting, I don't want to say that I have a lot of anxiety, but I am cautious. Where I am now in my transition, I'm starting to get a lot of physical changes, especially with my face, with hair growth, and where I live. A lot of people, they know me, and they have known me pre-transition. So I've been kind of shying away from some of my neighbors or whatever. I just want to make sure that I'm safe. So, I mean, it's, people don't think about that aspect of transitioning, but it's real. I've been in this neighborhood for 16 years, been living in the same place for 16 years. And when people see you a certain way, and then all of a sudden, wow, you're changing, you have facial hair, like what's going on, you don't know how everyone is going to react. So, am I looking to move? Of course. Not just because of that, but because I want to move. It's time to move. I've been here 16 years. It's time to move. And the neighborhood is getting kind of, But one of those reasons is just that. I want to make sure that I am in a place where I feel safe, where I know that as a trans person, I don't have to worry about who's looking at me and saying, oh, well, is that or isn't that? Or I remember when they were, and, so that's just another thing. And, it's just a lot going on. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not scared of anything or anyone. I just want to make sure that everything about my life as far as my transition goes smoothly. And that there are no complications that I can foresee. So yeah, I am 2 months away. Wow. 2 months away from being 1 year on testosterone. That is crazy. I started testosterone. I had my first T-shot September 15th of last year, 2021, and 2 months away. That is absolutely, time goes really fast, even though it goes kind of slow. But yeah, and lately a lot of people have been asking me a lot more questions about being trans, a lot more questions. And I welcome the questions. I would rather you ask me questions than to assume anything. So I always tell people I'm an open book. Just ask. You know, as long as you ask respectfully and as long as the question is appropriate, I will respond in kind. And if I don't think that it is appropriate, then I'll say I choose not to answer that at this time. But I'm probably going to do another video. I'm going to write those questions down and just do a video of me asking those questions that people ask me and then answering them honestly. I don't have any problem in doing that. So yeah, but I've been getting a lot more questions. A lot of people are they're curious about, you know, my transition or transitioning in general, you know. And I think one of the first things that people ask is, you know, what was the first change that you saw, you know, or that you experienced? And, you know, I always tell them what it is. For me, it was increase of appetite, major increase of appetite. Like as soon as I got my first shot, like 10 minutes later, my appetite skyrocketed. And it hasn't stopped yet. Like I eat a lot, which is why I work out a lot, which is why I eat a lot. So it's a continual cycle. But yeah, I think I'll do a video about that because I know someone has expressed that they did want to see me do a video of answering questions that I've been asked so far. But yeah, you know, I don't want to prolong this video any longer. I just wanted to let everyone know what was going on with me now with transitioning, and right now is just getting my career back on track as a non-binary trans actor. Like I said, I'm starting all over again, starting from scratch. And it's okay. It's okay. It's gonna take some time to get back in the swing of things, but I'm ready, and I'm submitting and I'm auditioning and I'm doing the callbacks and I'm back in voice class doing my vocal training, and you know, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, what I love to do. I'm back in my craft, and it feels really good. It really does. So anyone who has experienced or is experiencing the same kind of pattern, you know, you've gotten out of what you love to do and now you're ready to go back, but you don't know exactly how to do it, just do it. You know, it was kind of scary for me too, but just do it. You'll find that it'll be so rewarding, you know, just to start learning lines again. I love that. I love that experience, and learning the songs and singing the songs. And even though it sounds a little different, hey, it's a process. This whole journey is a process. And I always say that I am enjoying the process. So with that, I will come back with more videos. I'm going to come back. I'm going to write those questions down because they're in the back of my head. I'm going to write all, it was a lot of questions. I'm going to write those questions down and I'm going to come back with a video answering the questions. So stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and hit the notification button, and I will come back shortly with more videos. And if you have any other topics that you want me to touch on or talk about, let me know. And I'll come and I'll do a video on those things, all right? Thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. A.J. out.